Good evening, everybody. Hello. Lovely to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming. I'd just like to point out that we normally start these events at 7 p.m, so I'm sorry to say for those of you who've done so well and turned up on time, there may be people continuing to arrive slightly late because they're used to a 7 o'clock start time. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Mark Williamson. I'm just going to do a very quick introduction to this very exciting event you've all come along to this evening. I run Action for Happiness. We're hosting this event. We put on these events roughly monthly on a whole range of themes relating to our passion, which is improving the nation's happiness and well-being. I'm going to say a very few words about our organisation and then hand over to Phil Clothier from Barratt Values Centre, who we're delighted to be partnering with for this event and who have done a fabulous piece of work, which we're going to hear all about, which has been, you may have seen all over social media and bits of the news today. So we'll be looking both at a national picture of values and a very personal picture of values. And it's a topic that I think is right at the heart of what we mean by a happy, thriving society. So really looking forward to getting interaction with all of you because we're going to be looking at our personal values as well as the big picture. Just a little bit about Action for Happiness. We are a movement of people from a broad range of backgrounds, not just in this country but all around the world, united by this idea that what we should be putting first, both politically and also in our personal lives, is a sense of a life well lived, a happy, fulfilling, flourishing life that's more about our connections and our relationships than it is about our income or our material possessions. So we have people from all kinds of different backgrounds involved. In many different countries. This is a kind of snapshot of where some of our members are. It's a little bit misleading because, in fact, about 60% are in the UK. But as you can see, we've got kind of representation all around the world, perhaps with the exception of parts of Russia. And basically, our members make a simple pledge, but it's quite a profound one. It's to say that I will try to create more happiness in the world around. And really, that manifests in lots of different ways. Maybe the way they are as a parent with their children, the way they are as a manager in their workplace, the way they are with their neighbours. This is about us wanting our leaders to create a happier world for us by, prioritising the right things. But it's also about us making a difference, being the change through the way that we approach our lives. So we have practical activities not only in events like this, but in schools, in community groups, and in workplaces. So if you haven't been to one of these events before and would like to know more about what we're doing, do come and grab me or any of the team afterwards. We'd be delighted to tell you more about it. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about a couple of events that are coming up that you might be interested in. Next month, in February, we're going to event on the theme of empathy with a screening of this film called Love, Hate and Everything in Between, which is a very nice documentary film about empathy. And we're going to also hear from Mary Gordon, who's a real inspiration on that theme and has a wonderful programme called Roots of Empathy, where they go into schools. And she'll be talking about the film and actually appears in the film as well. Then in March, we have the wonderful Jon Kabat-Zinn, who, of course, came up with the concept of mindfulness-based stress reduction. He's a pioneer in the field of mindfulness meditation, and he'll be talking about that in March on the 28th. And then in April, we have Karen Armstrong, who, of course, set up the Charter for Compassion, talking about compassion. So, in fact, these are all very much kind of in line with the theme of tonight's event. These are all strong values-based speakers over the coming months. So do join us if you're interested in those and can make those dates, and there'll be more details online in due course.